Hello, everybody. Welcome. Sorry for a little last minute technical difficulty, but welcome to the Awakening Abundance 2015 webinar that is open to everybody. And I hope you are able to log on with ease. My name is Jake Cunningham. I work for my organization, White Dove Global Marketing. I'm a partner in helping produce the webinar on behalf of Luis Schwartzwalter and the Albuquerque Natural Health Center in providing this to you. I'm also going to be acting as your tech support, a engineer, so to speak, behind the scenes. And I want to first, commend and congratulate you and thank you and welcome you to join and to be inspired and learn about this awakening to create abundance into your life in many different facets. There's not just one that's more important than another. And I'm also not just a partner business-wise with Luis, longtime colleague, and I also am a student. She's my mentor. I'm part of the group myself, and I'm a believer. So with that said, quick overview of the format that we're working with here on the Google Hangout platform through a software called Webinar Jam. And I want to give you encouragement. I want to encourage you to chat and to ask questions throughout. And you'll notice here, it should be up in your right-hand corner. I believe that's where it is, but you can chat and you can ask questions and say hello and test that environment. I will be able to answer any tech questions. If you have any tech issues, how can I say it? The best solution is to simply close out and come back. Think of this as a live streaming, let's call it video on a website that's going to continue to go on with you connected or not. So the best way sometimes is just to refresh. You may also want to try shutting down some of your other internet connections like your Skype or if you're streaming other media, protect that bandwidth. Other than that, you shouldn't have any issues. If we're speaking too loud or soft, please let us know before you get fed up and just log off. Let us know. This is an extension of the human condition and definitely not perfected, this technology. Let us know. Give us that feedback. With that said, I welcome you. I congratulate you. And I want to introduce and really hand the ball over to our featured keynote, Luis Schwartzwalter, to take it away and share with us some very important, insightful, and a lot of fun. This is fun work, information about how to awaken our abundance. Luis, take it away.
Thank you so much, Jake. Thank you, everyone, and welcome. I'm glad you're here today. I am so excited to share all this with you. Today, we're going to be sharing the 5 steps in how to awaken your abundance. I'm going to go ahead and get the PowerPoint up here so you can see it. Again, I've worked with Jake for, gosh, so long, and we're just we just love doing these together. It's pretty awesome. So here we go. To awaken your abundance.
Excellent, Luis. And I'm just giving you confirmation, Luis, that you are looking good.
Okay, very
in
good.
all manners, the PowerPoint and yourself. You are beautiful. You're taken away.
Thank you so much, Jake. I'm so grateful to be here and share this with you all. I love doing this work. I love sharing these techniques and helping people really reach their highest potential. And so this is probably about the 5th year maybe that I've done this, and have many different themes that I like sort of sharing on. And this is one of my favorites. So I welcome you today because I know that many of you out there desire some abundance, desire better health, more finances, better relationships, and yet you're not there yet, and you're wondering what you can do to get there. So today I'm going to share with you how to do that. So really the first question would be, what abundance do you desire? Do you want better health and more money and improved relationships, maybe a new job? I want you to really be thinking right now, what do you really value most? And often to get there, we have to ask ourselves these deep questions as well. What are some of your biggest fears? And what are your greatest strengths? When I was teaching, I was a teacher for 29 years. I taught special education students. And I often would say to people, well, what I'm really doing when I'm working with these children is I'm helping them build up their strengths and their weaknesses. I'm using their strengths to help build up their weaknesses. And so we all have things we're good at and things that we fear. We're going to talk about fear a little bit more as we go through this presentation today. I do want to mention to you that I'm going to teach as much as I can in this limited amount of time that we have together. And then I promise I will show you how you can get more and even get further. So that's the goal for today. So as we're proposing these questions, I want you to really be thinking about them. So in your mind, I want you to ask and answer what makes you really happy. When are you having the most fun? You know, if you're not having fun cooking, then cooking isn't your thing. If you have fun when you're exercising, then you must love to do that. You have fun gardening, then that might be something you love to do. If you love teaching, maybe you love coaching. Whatever it is that really makes you happy. Maybe you have you get really excited when you can put on a party and have people over. Whatever that is for you, what makes you happy? I want you to be thinking about that. What I've learned over the years is that when we're doing those law of attraction principles, so when we're stating affirmations or focusing on what it is you want in your life, whether it's, again, better health, more money, a new job, better relationships, you're really activating some brain parts. So the neurotransmitters in the brain have to spark. And so what we're really doing is using our brains. Now, if your brain is not working, or you are tired, or you're toxic, you aren't going to get the best results. So what I found over the years is we have to integrate the brain piece with this. And so if we're not really looking how to optimize brain power, you're not going to get there. And that was my own path, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So we take it a step further and we teach you the steps needed to attract wealth and abundance, whatever that is for you, coupled with how to really balance your brain. So it's both. See, the brain holds all those neural connections of the past. So simply stating an affirmation doesn't release those past impressions that have kept you stuck for years. But when you connect that brain in a meaningful way, release those past traumas and make new neural pathways, then you can succeed. And it's actually all vibration. So I think we can all agree that everything in the universe vibrates at a frequency. Okay, so most of you on the call probably know that a negative thought has a charge, as does a positive thought. So when you're thinking, just take for a minute, if you think of the word anger right now. You feel angry. You can actually go there and feel that. Feel sad. And now let's turn it around. Think of something or someone you deeply love. Feel that in your heart. Picture your loved one, your puppy dog, whatever you love. And now think of the funniest joke that you've ever heard. And it brings laughter to your heart, to your face, to your whole energy field. So there's definitely a difference. And staying in that positive place is really what all of us are looking at trying to do. And sometimes it's harder. And in the beginning, it seems harder than later. But when you do the work and you apply the principles of attracting abundance, and then you add some frequency medicine, you're sure to receive the result you desire. So how did I get here, and why are you listening to me? What gives me the right to even talk to you about abundance? Obviously, I would have had to have created it in my life for me to even be here talking with you today. So I always say a picture is worth 1,000 words. And my story is I was pretty darn sick. In fact, I was 89 pounds and on oxygen, and that's that top picture. And I lived on oxygen for 3 years, and that was at home in my bed. That was not a hospital bed. I became allergic to everything in the world after having 14 mercury fillings taken out. And I was so sick, and I had 2 little kids at home. And all I wanted to do was get better and be their mom. So I had a big enough why. I had motivation to really get healthy. And it took 16 years and moving a couple of times. That's a long story. But I did my self-work. And I said to myself, I'm going to get healthier than anyone on the planet. And so when we moved from Chicago, Illinois, they were using a lot of herbicide on the lawns, and it really did make me quite sick. That's how I would get. I'd have to use oxygen. So then I said, that's not good for anybody to use. So I ended up working with the mayor of the state of Illinois to sue the state on a mosquito abatement issue. We had 14 articles in the paper, and really, honestly, I was very angry, and I didn't want to feel like a victim. So I channeled that energy into wanting to help other people not experience what I experienced. And it worked. And then when I thought, gosh, I can't even be outside around my house anymore, I'm going to leave. So I went to the mountains. I went to Taos, New Mexico, and lived there for 7 years. And those were my monk years. I healed during those years. We had clean air. We ate organic food. I worked on my emotional and spiritual body as well. And during that time, I finally got well enough to travel. And that picture of the car with me as I was at a car show in Las Vegas, Nevada. And of course, the other picture to the left there is me now. And so I came from that to starting my own business in my home. I'm a biofeedback therapist and a naturopath. And then I moved into a first office, and then I bought an office. So I just keep, working on these abundance techniques myself so we can keep increasing our lifestyle and what we're doing in our lives and our happiness quotient. And so I want to share all of that with you today. So if you've listened to many webinars and practiced affirmations and you've meditated on your desire and you're still stuck, the missing piece is what I'm going to show you today. It's a 5-step process that's reproducible and has that important brain connection piece. I'm going to show you how to get that success. So I went from sick to a 6-figure business. I transformed my health, my life, my abundance. And if I can do this, you can too. So here's what we'll receive in this time that we have together today. We're going to learn the 5 steps to an abundant life and optimal brain power. You'll actually experience a powerful biofeedback session. You'll re-energize your cells and optimize your DNA. And you'll gain the courage to say yes to your dreams. So I'll show you how to get more of what you desire. My goal for all of you is that this is the beginning. This is the platform. This is the foundation for you to transform your life today. So we're beginning this today, and it's May 2nd, 2015. And I love picking birthdays, so I want to just say happy birthday to my nephew out there. So very special day, very special young man. And so happy birthday, Michael. Here's those 5 steps to abundance and using your beautiful balanced brain. So this is an overview, and then we'll go into them in more depth. The first thing you want to do is feel it. The second thing is to believe you're already there. Third, you want to have vision. Fourth, it's taking action. And fifth is being in a state of gratitude. So feel it. So let's try this right now. I want you to think about your day yesterday. What emotions did you feel in the morning? Do you wake up happy? Do you wake up grouchy? How about lunchtime? Are you stressed at lunch or do you take a break? How are you feeling at lunchtime? What about dinner time? Are you more relaxed at dinner? You're home, you're away from the office, or you're done working? And what about bedtime? Are you rushing to get into bed at a certain time? Are you more relaxed? How are you feeling at bedtime? And then think about the last week. And we're doing this just to get an inventory. Notice where you're dissatisfied. Where some negative self-talk comes in. Maybe where you're frustrated, or maybe where you're angry, or maybe when you're uplifted, or maybe what again makes you happy. What were those difficult times and what were the highlights? Like vibration attracts like vibration. So this pattern has to be changed to get the desired results. And because our brain waves correlate with your emotions, getting in touch with your emotions is a first practice. And this is a step that's often skipped. People talk about stating affirmations, connecting with God, being in a state of gratitude, but there's no mention of the fact that we have to get an emotional inventory so you know what you're feeling, because it's that feeling that carries the vibration. So we want to change that self-talk, because all of you are special and you have a gift. And the goal is to allow that gift to shine. So I love myself. I'm talented and gifted. I deserve it. I honor it. I respect myself, as opposed to I don't deserve it. And I know you all felt the difference even as I said those words. So think about your goals. Where do you want to go? Is it about more abundance in your health, better health? Is it improved relationships? Do you want more financial abundance? Do you want adventures and experiences? A change of career? Maybe you want to sell your home. I want you to feel it 100%. That means picture yourself already there as if you've already achieved it and feel that feeling. Like you just won the lottery. Woohoo! How would you feel if you just won $1 million?
Great.
Yeah, you betcha. You'd be thinking, wow, I am so abundant and so rich. What am I going to do? What am I going to do with this? This is awesome. I get to do my dreams. Now you want to allow that feeling to radiate out from your entire being. These are the feelings you want to experience and recreate every day. And if you add movement and use your 5 senses, feel it, smell it, sing it, speak it. The second step in achieving and creating your abundance is believing you're already there. So act as if you have already achieved your goal and it's yours. Dr. Robert Anthony said that. You want to live in your genius. Everything you need is already within you. You were born this beautiful, amazing soul. And God gave you certain gifts. If you aren't using and honoring those gifts and sharing them with yourself, with the world, in a sense, you're not honoring your God-given gifts. And to be able to do that, there are obviously other little steps. And I just want to mention here that we want to honor your nutritional and your health needs. When you're taking care of you, you're showing yourself you matter. You're showing up for you. And again, you know, I had to learn that a little bit the hard way. I crashed and had to learn to take care of myself. And many of you who are mothers out there or fathers out there, if you know that when you have children and you spend a lot of time with your kids and you're focused completely on them, but you don't take care of yourself, you're not there for them. So it's honoring that piece. It's honoring you. You want to experience yourself acting as if you had already have that. Everything you wanted is already there. Walk around like that today and see what a difference in attitude you have. So from this moment forward, you walk around like you just won the lottery. And feel that feeling. The third step in creating your abundance is vision, is creating your statement. You want to be clear about your why. If your why is big enough and you're passionate about it, you'll create it. Again, I had a big enough why. I was ill and all I wanted to do was get healthy enough to be a mom to my kids. And at one point in time when I was teaching, I wanted 12 kids. It's funny because I did have 12 boys that year in my classroom. And again, I taught special ed, so that was 12 behavior problem boys. And I love the boys, but I remember saying, I was pregnant at the time. I thought, gosh, you know, I just better have a girl because these boys, man, this is tough. This year is tough. And I had a girl, so I can tell the story. But I had a big enough why was to get really healthy for my own children. And of course, lots of experience in the classroom with a variety of amazing students that taught me so much. You want to create your statement in line with your soul's purpose. You want to be the cause of your life. So there's a difference between feeling empowered and moving forward and being on the forefront rather than being in reaction. If you look around at the world, so many people are reacting in their lives to things that happen to them. That's external control. You want to focus on internal control. You can create your life. You be the cause of your life. You want to write your goal down as many ways as you can and be creative with it. It's actually best to use pen and paper rather than type it. The brain's pathways connect when you write in cursive on paper. So you're helping cross midline and help those neural pathways in your brain connect. And when I think about vision, I think of many stories. But I'll just tell you briefly this one. One of my first clients had lymphoma cancer. Her name was Mary. And I remember working with Mary. I saw her weekly. She would have colonics. She would see me, and we would work with biofeedback and zapped a lot of parasites. She taught me all about parasites and detoxing. And then she would go to a friend of mine and have a colonic. And we had this wonderful, amazing relationship where we really got to know each other well, and I got to work with her family as well. And at one point I said to Mary, I said, Mary, I want you to visualize where you want to be a year from now. I want you to see yourself well, healthy, doing whatever that is you want to do with your family all around you, and experience that and create that vision in your mind. And Mary did. And she said to me, you know, I'd really like to be at like a national park, like Yellowstone National Park, just enjoying the out of doors with my family, hiking and having a picnic lunch. And almost exactly a year later, Mary moved from Albuquerque to Colorado in the interim there. We still worked together and kept in touch. But a year later, she called me and said, I'm actually calling you from Yellowstone National Park. I'm gonna start crying, you guys. And she said, thank you, because I'm here. And I'm healthy, and I'm happy, and I have my family around me. That's what I mean by vision. Create your vision. You can do it. Mary did it. I've done it. Some of you out there have already done pieces of these steps. And all you have to do is apply them in the rest of your life. So design your greatest day. Live in the zone, so to speak. Now, another story. I had a gentleman, he was a fireman. And he said to me, he said, you know, when I'm fighting a fire, I know that I can actually put up the correct line, have my men in the right place, so that home won't burn down and we can save that home for those people. I know I can keep people safe. It's like I'm in the zone. And he had come to me for some health and relationship issues. And he said, I want to be in the zone in my life with relationships the same way I am in the zone when I'm fighting fires. Can you help me with that? I'll never forget that story. And he was a client I only saw a couple of times. Amazing young man, incredibly insightful. And after that, his relationships did change. Probably because we just verbalized that conversation together. Because the power of the spoken word, the truth will set you free. So he practiced living in the zone in the rest of his life. And again, I'm going to challenge you all to do that as well. If you walk around today like you won the lottery, and you get your space in the zone when you are feeling the happiest, the best, the lightest, the most free, and project that out to everyone you meet today. If you go to the store, you go in grocery shopping, whatever you're doing, just live in that place. You can do that. Okay? Honor your nutritional and health needs. Because what I've learned as well is when we're creating our vision and working on getting there, we've got to be healthy. And the first step is just eating right, drinking half your weight in ounces of water a day, honoring your nutritional needs. The fourth step in creating abundance is action steps. Put actions with your passion. So stating your passion goals while exercising or walking or doing yoga, actually doing some kind of movement while you're thinking about what your intentions are, will bring them to fruition quicker. Each night as you fall asleep, reinforce your desired reality with additional creative power. You want to expand your vision and actually see it blessing all of humanity in the whole. And that's so simple. It really only takes 2 or 3 minutes, but it's a practice. And of course, our wonderful Albert Einstein said, everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy, this is physics. So really what I'm teaching you all here and sharing with you is it's physics. It's frequency, it's vibration. Raise that vibration. Part of action steps is asking for help. You want to ask for help to support your dream. So the loop creates the fuel for your cause. So ask for help from God and thank him or her when you receive that. So it actually creates a loop. So you ask, and when you receive, you thank. And it's okay to ask for help from others. I think so often in today's world, we think we're going to do it ourselves. and we don't connect, especially with all of the internet and the text messaging. What happened to actually speaking with people face to face and being on the phone? So we want to be thinking, get help from others, and also your spiritual help, whatever that is for you. If you're praying, if it's God, Jesus, Buddha, whatever your higher source, higher power is. And there's a subconscious connection that's incredibly powerful. It really is all about this, is getting those feelings, those emotions, that vibration raised in your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind believes that you can do it if you have one great experience. So I guess the best example of that is this can be compared to what an athlete does with desired outcomes. So maybe you're an athlete, or you played sports in high school, or maybe you have a friend who's an athlete, or there's other areas of your life where you've had goals where you've practiced this. But an athlete holds a big vision. Maybe it's the Olympics. And then they set sub-goals, and they practice their sport. And when they achieve their sub-goal, they celebrate. And then they practice more, and they set another sub-goal until they reach their big vision, their dream goal. It's the same thing with anything in life. So now the brain is held on to that success, allowing you to create another win. The fifth step in creating abundance is gratitude. So when we're in a state of gratitude or grace, we're raising our vibration. So thank God, Buddha, Jesus, whatever you believe, for helping you achieve your goal. This is an important step because it creates a circle of energy that allows the process to be repeated again and again and again. It's this divine connection and the universal principle, ask and you shall receive. And it also allows your relationship with God to grow stronger. And again, that's whatever God is or your higher power is for you. So what I've witnessed is right now in this period of time on our planet, we need that connection to get stronger. There's a lot of stuff out there that's bombarding people. And if you have this strong, amazing relationship with your higher source, with source energy, with God, you'll be able to move through it so much easier. So I want to encourage all of you to get stronger in that connection. That's your primary place that you want to be so you can really allow your gifts to shine. So what I have done is I have 5 different biofeedback programs, and I created the Beautiful Balanced Brain to help people balance their brain and raise their vibration. And it's been amazing, the results that I've seen over the last, gosh, it's only been 3 years, I think, since I've had this program. I love all of them that I use, and I see the importance of using many of these programs, but the Beautiful Balanced Brain has just been amazing. It's all vibration. Research shows like vibration attracts like vibration. And so these programs I use reorganize the brain and help people maintain more consistent positive emotions and vibrations. Research shows the brain needs to experience one good positive outcome to change those neural connections. So recently I had a session with a friend of mine, a kinesiologist, and we were peeling off layers that went 15,000 generations back. Okay, old stuff in my field from my parents and my parents, right? And what we did is release the old brain programs. And now we can put in a consistent positive vibration program. That's what my computers do. But the Beautiful Balanced Brain, coupled with self-worth, wow, man, I've seen people just in months take a whole different turn in their life. So emotions change your neurotransmitter activity. So this is a chart of the neurotransmitters. And so Beta waves is when you're alert, you're engaged in work, and you're busy thinking. Alpha brain waves are when you're more relaxed. Maybe you're having you're sort of self-introspecting, or you're daydreaming. Theta brain waves are deep meditation. This is when ideas flow. This is those shamanic states. And this is where you can bridge to the subconscious. So when we do some meditation called theta healing, that's where we're going. Often our children, and remember I taught special ed for 29 years and then kind of became like those children myself. What I learned was they're actually living more in a theta brainwave most of the time. And so they're highly creative, they're amazing individuals. And what they're doing when they're fidgeting and trying to, sit still in the classroom and they can't, and they're moving around and they're pretty hyperactive, is they're working on trying to get their brain back to beta. And there are amazing techniques and ways to do that. And that's probably, I could share that with you, another time. One of the best things that you can do for that, and I will email all of this to you if I have your emails, is something called Mind Gems, which is 12 little exercises that help balance the brain. And you hold them for 2 or 3, you hold them for 12 seconds. So it takes 4 minutes to go through the whole thing. And it will balance your brain. So delta brain waves is deep, dreamless sleep. This is unconscious. This is when you're asleep. What's really cool is now that we know about more and more about the brain, and there's been more brain research done by all those scientists and gurus out there, is emotions are involved in changing neurotransmitter output. And what I found is that's why actually our feeling folks have quicker results over the analytical thinking folks, because they can more easily access that emotion when they're working on manifesting. Now it's going to work for analytical folks too, it just takes a little longer. So it is about those powerful feelings and emotions that can make the difference for you. So for example, do you recall stating that you wanted something with great passion? You were just so excited about it, and then it arrived. It's actually because that passion, that emotion, that intention created that desire. So couple it with emotion and you'll balance your brain, and you'll have an easier time creating your abundance. So when I created the Beautiful Balanced Brain program, I realized that many of us practice staying in that positive emotional place, but we often need a little help. It's pretty hard to do consistently 100% of the time. My example for you would be when I think about maybe a monk who's practicing really being with God 24/7. Can they really do that 100% of the time? We're human. Probably not. They're going to have a day where they don't feel as good and they're, some negative self-talk comes in. The trick is how quickly can you turn it around and get back to that positive frame of mind? So what I found is people need a little bit of help. And so my Beautiful Balanced Brain Biofeedback program actually helps you retrain the brain and rebalance your brain. It's simple and it works. This was just examples of the long version of affirmations or intentions. And again, you can even just look these up online, or I can send you pages of these. But this is, I trust my divine guidance. Love surrounds me now. Every part of me is ready, willing, and able to have lots of money now. I'm comfortable with my success, and I know who I am around successful people. I allow abundance, love, financial prosperity, opportunity, physical healing, fun, joy, and adventure. I feel happy and balanced. These are just examples, again, of intentions or affirmations. I want you to write your own. You write your own vision statement, what it is that you desire in your life. The keys to success are persistence and consistency. And stating those affirmations with emotion and movement, really believing it. Believe that you're already there. Daily prayer helps many times throughout the day. Your connection with God. And you can only be in faith or fear. They cannot coexist. So consider writing your goals. And I've done this for years. I write my goals on colored note cards. And then I read them every night before I go to bed. So I bought the little spiral, I think they're 4x6 or a little, maybe 3x5, it's a little spiral with colored index cards. And I date them at the top. And I write down my intention in the positive frames. You always want to act like you already are there. You already have it. So I am happy and abundant. And when you read that before you go to bed, your brain's working on that while you're sleeping. So pretty simple technique, and yet it works. In fact, I started family meetings when my children were little, and we would meet on Sunday. And it was actually a meeting, like a church meeting. And we started writing affirmation cards when Andy was 6, I think. So he was about 5 or 6, and Becky was 8 or 9. And my kids still write cards. They still write their goals, and they're 25 and 29 today. And when I think back, that's one of the best things I ever taught them to do. I remember when Andy was in junior high, I'd find little cards in his room that said, I'm dating so-and-so and having a good time. And he was like, what, 8th grade? And then my daughter's good friend didn't want to work at Borders during the summer anymore, and he was an accounting major in college. And she said, write a card. And so he wrote an affirmation card and he put up on his bulletin board, and all his fraternity buddies were throwing darts at it. And they were laughing at him because he had that card up there. Guess what? He got the internship and the job at the business that he wanted to work at. So it's intention, isn't it? It's intention, and then these 5 steps. So it's about those new pathways of the brain that have been formed. Scientists have found that it takes 90 days to change the brain. And so you're going to see in a minute here, I have an offer for you to actually really jumpstart your success. I also believe in nutrition, and so you can go to my website and find that we also have our own nutritional line of products that are wonderful. I call the basics minerals, fish oil, and probiotics, because when you're taking those 3 supplements alone, you are helping your body do more than if you just took one herbal remedy. So minerals are the key to life. We're usually lower in minerals than vitamins. Fish oil helps everything from the brain to circulation. And probiotics is the good stuff that's in yogurt that we all need for our gut. You know, there's more neurotransmitters actually in your gut than in your brain. So they're connected. So we got to feed them properly. I mentioned earlier that you cannot be in both. You cannot be in faith and fear at the same time. You can't be halfway. You're either in faith, you believe, or you're in fear. So now I'd like to make sure that we're all experiencing my beautiful balanced brain program that I mentioned to you. Part of the program, not the whole thing, but part of the program actually works with listening to frequencies, and it has the solfeggio frequencies on it. And these are the original sound frequencies that were used by the ancient Gregorian chants. And so each one of these tones correlates with something. And they actually help change the DNA, that genetic blueprint that your life is based on. So again, it helps raise your vibration. So I will play those for you now. Each one of these means something. All right, let's do that. So while we're doing this, I want you to be thinking about your goals and your intentions. What is your vision for your abundance? What is it that you want to create? Begin to really feel it deep inside of you and know that it's already there. And then allow these frequencies to transform and help your brain, your subconscious, be there. Okay, I'm going to have to come in and come back out. So hang on here. So while I'm getting this other computer up, I'd like you just to read those for yourself. So 396 hertz is liberating guilt and fear. 417 is undoing situations and facilitating change. 528 is transformation and miracles. It's the DNA repair. 639 hertz is connecting relationships. 741 hertz or soul is awakening intuition. 852 hertz, La, is returning to spiritual order. Here's another visual of this same, I guess, same picture. And actually, I've already had and done a program on the whole group, on the webinar. So some of you very feeling people out there will maybe have already felt a little different this morning, or a little different about an hour before this webinar began. Okay, I'm going to let those play in the background, so you're still going to hear those. So my newest program includes the solfeggio frequencies, but there's also a matching tool. So it matches to the person or the group. So here's what we can do to help you really achieve that abundance that you want in your life. The opportunities here are endless. I was telling Jake earlier, I can work on virtually anything. I work on people, I work on animals, I work on places, I work on situations, I work on family harmony. All is possible. So about 5 years ago, when I had so many clients, I could not see them all, I developed these amazing groups. It started with a Brain Boosters group, and it grew. And so one of the biggest groups that I run is this Awakening Abundance group. And so what I'm able to do is load a whole group of people in the computer. It knows you by your signature, by your name, your birthday, and your place of birth. And I can send abundance frequencies and brain balancing frequencies. And I do this weekly. And so it's like, it's 90 days, really. It's 3 months of ongoing frequencies to help you achieve that abundance that you want in your life. And so we have some options here. You can actually do 1 month and just try it for $79. Now 12 private sessions with me would be $1,500. Or option 2 is doing 90 days or 3 months of ongoing frequencies. And we're going to go from May 6th, we start next Wednesday, through August 5th. But for all of you on the call today, I want to offer you something. I'm going to offer you a code at checkout so that you're getting a discount. So that discount is because I want to honor you, because you're here and you have made the commitment to your abundance. You're taking that action step and you've made the decision to be on this call. The other really cool thing is this. I'm offering you to add another family member for free. So when you sign up for this group, that's going to keep you in this positive frame and help you achieve the abundance that you want in your life. You'll get a family member you can add for free and an ebook on Awakening Abundance. And there's a code I want you to know, and the code is this, so write this down, is SAVE, capital A, 3. And so at checkout, you'll get a discount on the 3-month group. You'll be able to put that code in. After the webinar, I'll send you the link, but the link is only on my website, which is www.abqnaturalhealthcenter.com. And under frequency groups, you can pull down to the Awakening Abundance group and you can sign up there. So why would you want to do this? Well, these are results from the past. So one member received a check for $2,900. Another member had 4 times the number of students in a class. Someone else rented their condo. Somebody got a brand new haircut and looked great. Somebody won a car and a TV. Another member sold their house. Someone got a new apartment. Someone made great sales at work. Another woman took a great road trip and just practiced intention principles the whole trip, and it went incredibly beautiful. Someone else had been trying to sell their house for 2 years, and they went through 6 buyers, and being in the group, they sold their house. I get emails out the wazoo from people on amazing abundance that has occurred in their lives. In fact, just this year, we've already been signing people up for the group. And one of our group members called and said, the day that I signed up for the group, I just had to tell you, I just got my inheritance check. Another client was in this week and said, I just have to tell you, I signed up for the group and actually just talked with Social Security, and they're gonna back pay, I guess is the word, $10,000. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. So those are just examples of financial abundance, but it could be whatever you desire in your life. And there's more. Someone else said, it's all the work that you've done with me and those groups that have made me feel more attached to myself, my true self, and be able to honor and focus on my art and do what I want to do. There was another woman who actually had a health example. Her cardiologist gave her such a good report. He said, you know what, you're the calmest I've ever seen. So he didn't put me on any strong medications. He said I could slowly stop taking my supplements. Awesome. And then this was last year. This was amazing. There was a woman in the group whose sister, she put her sister's name in this group clearing that we did. And we cleared all this negative energy off of people, away from people, out of their fields. And her sister lives in Las Vegas, Nevada. She went to the casino and won 12 grand. And she's not someone who goes to casinos. That was after we did that clearing. Hey, was it the result of the group? You tell me. So how does it really work? And I want to help answer all of your questions today. Have those answered. So please, if you do have a question, put it in the chat box and we will get to it. So you receive abundance and brain balancing frequencies every Wednesday night about 8 o'clock Mountain Time. I'm going to send you Minds, which is exercises to help balance your brain. Clients tell me they take headaches away, you know, they're more focused, they're more balanced, their lives go smoother when they're doing Mind Jets. You can meditate or relax at that time. And if at 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time you're in bed, that's even better. That's okay. And it's okay if you're at your church course night or somewhere out, you still receive the frequencies. Because it's like sending a text message. If you think about it, how does the energy of those words get to your phone? It's because you have a specific number, a specific phone number. A lot of stuff with numerology and numbers. You have a specific birth date and a place of birth. Even if you're a twin, you have different names. So that energy can reach you. Then I send weekly emails with affirmations and information about abundance and brain, articles that I find, handouts that I've given out, anything to help increase and raise your vibration and your energy around abundance. We stay connected, and that also increases our frequency vibration. So I've had people ask questions, and some of the most common questions are, well, you know, how does it work? I just explained that. And why groups? Well, I didn't have enough time in the past to really work with everybody individually, and so I created groups. And what I've noticed is my private clients who are also seeing me, and they're in the groups, they leap. They leap forward so much more quickly. The other answer to that question, why groups, is you don't have to be in the group. In fact, you can book a private coaching session with me. Absolutely, I would love to work with you. What's really been interesting is a lot of the people who work with me, and I'll just open and be honest with all of you, my front desk manager, I've trained a couple now, and they move on and they're successful in their lives because of all the abundance groups that they've been in. So that's kind of an interesting sideline. I just kind of realized that today, actually. So yes, you can call us. Our number is 505-797-0540. I do want you to join, be a part of this amazing group. If you've been frustrated and you're like, hey, I want something different in my life and I'm not achieving my abundance and I want more financial freedom, or I want to sell my house, or maybe your health isn't where you want it to be and you think, gosh, if this will help me, I should do it. Absolutely. I had a husband of a wife in a past group, and she emailed me to tell me that his kidney stones went away. I mean, you know, I never really know what's going to happen because it's energy work, but it is amazing, and I want you to be a part of this. Don't suffer any longer. Just move forward, make that decision, and take action steps on what you want to create in your life today. So again, that code to save today is ASAVE, S-A-V-E, capital A, 3, and you'll get a discount on your session. And I'll bring up the website so you can see that as well. So let's do that.
Louise, can you hear me, Louise?
I can.
While you bring up the website, I want to just, I know we didn't talk about me adding, but I need to add my 2 cents and just a personal testimony, because I'm a member. I'm an actual member. My wife Lisa and I are of the the ongoing weekly Awakening Abundance group, or the that's the group starting now. Is that the group we're a part of, or we're a part of the beautiful you?
You were a part of both the Brain Boosters and the Beautiful Amazing You group, which is, you know, so I have 3 main ones, and I know I watched that help you. So yeah, tell me what you felt. And
this is I wanted to share the profound value in you for us is the fact that no matter if it, and I'm going to empathize with everybody, because we all have our own bubbles of our consciousness and reality that we our daily tasks, our getting our son up and getting out to work, and planning dinners and trips and family time, and those greater stressors within your own inner circle. And you mentioned something, and it really hit home, because we all, I feel, as human beings, have a lack of connection, even in this world we live in today of hyper connectivity from cell phones, internet, Google, Twitter, Facebook, Google Plus, and every other social network that's connecting us, television, streaming live from our tablets, bombarded with information from mainstream and other resources. So it's almost like we're flooded with so much that for us at least, I've created this a disconnection, although the connection tools are all there. Being a part of something that I know I'm part of a greater collective, that's ultimately like almost helping set intentions each week, keeping me in the highest intention, sending me positive frequency, is like an extended support network that allows this. And this is the key. It's helped raise my own personal awareness, my own personal freedom to make the choices of personal freedom versus the fear, which then opens the door to all the successes that you shared. My personal financial growth and my recommitment to work has been exponentially growing. The ability to allow and not self-sabotage and welcome that and receive that and really truly believe I deserve it. That affects my relationships within my interpersonal, my family, as well as my professional. So it's really the connection, being connected to something in a greater collective consciousness that's adding value and has your back, versus the relationships that sometimes let's say, count on us. The most close, intimate relationships we have, sometimes they're not always the most supportive. And that's just because of fear, love, they're trying to protect us, or they're completely not committed or even entertained with the same concept of self-growth and but you can't change them. You can only change your strength and inner power. So what it does for me, and this is the end of the testimony, is that it's helped just been that little nudge that, Jake, you have the strength. You define what your abundance and success is. You are the one actually responsible too. You can't be these excuses that you've used for many years of why you're not there, that you keep, it's that person just consumes all my time on the phone. Well, guess what? No, you're the one who's in charge. It's been that reminder for me. And in terms of what group it is, I don't think it matters, because it's the work that you're doing and the love and the attention as a collective group that I think is so needed in everybody's lives. And my advice to everybody and the listeners, whether you're live or not, is give it a shot. You can't, all the testimonials and all the coming from Louise, that's one thing, but until you experience it, like, you won't know or not. And again, it starts with you too. I know a lot of people who, oh, you know what, Jake? That would be great for my husband. Oh my gosh, he needs it bad. Like, are you kidding me? Well, guess what? Or wife. I mean, I'm just using that as an analogy or an example.
Right.
But when you change yourself, you will influence that to open those doors, because you really can't force anyone to anything. So that's my testimony, Louise. I'll let you wrap things up. But
thank you, Jake. Thank you. I love you, and I'm so glad that that's helped you. I've definitely watched your growth over the last, gosh, this year's been a challenging year, and I've watched it just blossom. It's really good. It's awesome.
And it's really exciting, and I'm honored. For those of you who know me, for those of you who don't, Louise and I have been working together for over 10 years, but she's been an anchor and always there, whether we don't talk for a few months or we work on workshops consistently. What Louise has done is given me strength. There's another indirect testimonial to redo what I love, which is get back out there and help connect people with the skill set I have with information. And it goes back and forth. That's why I'm participating and showing up for her today, and for all of us, because it is needed, especially with what's going on in the society today. And this I call it a victim mentality, that it's their fault, it's the government, it's the police, it's the governor, it's the medical model, I'm not going to go too deep in any political, but really, who's saying, you know what, it changes from that, like you talked about with your son, the tools and the love and nurturing support of that family unit, the group. You shaped and gave tools, tips, tricks, energy, love that shaped that being to then go and take charge of their own life. That's what's, I think, lacking with all this, and why it's so important. And even as the teachers and coaches and leaders who are on, the practitioners, we all need to continue work on this stuff, right? It's like but I love it, because once you walk through these steps and doors, it's like a one-way street, right? You can't go back. It's like you awaken and you wake up, and you can never fall asleep again in that area. And that's what I love about it. It's growth. It's transformation. It's the chrysalis, the caterpillar larva into the butterfly. You're never the same. You're never the same, and that's priceless. And you shared that with your staff. Your chrysalis, your butterflies, you're flourishing, and they're going and leaving. Then you got.
I know. It's like I fix everyone and then they leave. It's weird. I don't want to say it that way, but it kind of feels that way sometimes. But really, it's just because they're a lot of all the people that I work with, anyone around me is in the groups. The people that rent for me in my office. I have an amazing, beautiful office. You can look at the Facebook page for Albuquerque Natural Health Center. There's a picture of our office there. We bought an office condo. I mean, pinch me, kid. You know what? 20 years ago, I was on oxygen and living in a bathtub, sleeping in the bathtub, and living in my car sometimes. I mean, I was pretty darn sick. I was just allergic to everything. And I had to get myself healthy and then move forward, and I'm not stopping, and now I want to take this to the world, because we all need this. We just need this. So, there's options here. I want you to just take the option that works best for you, and so that you can move forward in your life and you can experience this, because I've watched people's lives literally change, and I love it. I love it. So I love the fact that we can do this. So here's what the website looks like. Let me take you back to the home page here. This is the Awakening Abundance Frequency Group. It doesn't look like that video came up, but down at the bottom here, I think there's a couple of places where you can sign up for 1 month, for 3 months, or you can invest and get a private session with me and sign up for 3 months. Now, let me put this into perspective. The 3-month program, you're getting for $165, not $179, and you're putting in a person in for free, and it's 12 sessions. Do the math, it's about $8 a session. Again, that would be over $1,500 for one person, $3,000 for two. So, do the math. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. So, and I have watched, and Jake made a good point, I've watched, husbands and wives change. Often it is the wife that puts their husband in, and we have to ask permission when we're doing energy work on someone. So if you have a family member, could be your son, could be your husband, could be your aunt, doesn't matter. You just want to ask them permission and say, I'm doing this energy work with this woman, and it's going to be just sending prayers and energy every Wednesday night. Would love to help you with your health issue or whatever that person needs. Can I put you in the group? And so you just get their permission. And what I've watched in partners and teams, husband and wife teams, or mother and daughter, or son and mother, son and father, whatever the team is, their communication changes. It's better. It ends up being more positive. There's a flow that occurs. Again, because we're raising frequency and changing the DNA. So let's see if you can come back to, let me come back to so you guys can see me. All right. Yeah, so that's how that works. And I want to make sure that I'm answering any questions and, you know, just addressing any of your needs right now, just from listening to what you've heard today. If you have any questions, I'm here. So please go ahead and ask.
And everyone, if you have a mic, actually you can request to speak, which I just learned about on this new platform. So if you'd like to speak, go ahead. I don't see any questions other than there were some previous tech questions, Louise. So
Okay.
if there isn't any in the next minute or so, they'll be able to reach you by emailing your
Yes.
email, and I'll type that in here so it's in
Okay.
the replay as well. What is the best email to reach you at again, Louise?
The best email is Louise, Louise, Swartz, SWARTS, @msn.com.
Great, excellent.
And I love questions. I love connection. I love connection and questions. And I should mention also on my website is a free ebook, and please go get that ebook. It's Brain Soul Balancing, and it's an amazing technique to help clear the field. And so that's on my website right now too. So pick that up.
Yep, and it's right on the front page, everybody. You just submit your information, and that's it. So excellent. Well, any questions? Any questions? Last call, everybody. And in the replay room, I'm going to enable questions too. So when people watch the replay that you're going to get an hour from this recording, there'll be an opportunity to ask questions, and Louise, you're set up to receive those too.
So great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very good. Well, this was just delightful. I want to thank all of you for being here today and making the commitment to show up, to change your life, to really look at what abundance means for you. So email me questions or give us a call at Albuquerque Natural Health Center. Our number is 505-797-0540. I look forward to working with everybody and helping you achieve the abundance that you desire in your life, whatever that is for you. And I want to thank you, Jake, again for all your support and for being our tech guy and hosting us today, and really being here for me, for all of us. I really deeply thank you. Thank you so much.
Now, real quick, Barb asked a question that just came in, and I don't want to cut anybody off, but you are so welcome, Louise. I love this. You have no idea. I get to learn and also contribute, and that's my love. But Barb asks, what if I want it all? Enough money so I have more free time, a new house, and relationship.
You know what? Write that in your vision statement.
You know what? I would just change not what if, just take off what if and say, I want it all. Enough money. So I have, you could actually take that statement, just take off the first two words. You're welcome.
And I have, though. Instead of I want, you want to
have it all.
I have it all. And then list what you have.
There you go. Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Shari said thank you. You're very welcome, Shari, on behalf of both of us, of course. I'll let Louise speak for herself, but that's, yeah, write it down.
Yep, write it down. And when you write it down, you let it go. I mean, you can read it every night, but you kind of like you let it go to the universe. You know you've written it down. Now it's out there in the ethers, and now let God source energy take it and make it happen for you. You can say it again and again and read it again and again, but you want to like have more of like a detachment around that now that you know you've put it out there. Does that kind of make sense?
It does. It does.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to close out. Thanks, everybody. And Louise, I will get you the replay right away so you have it. And have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Thank you.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you so much. Thanks, Jake.
You're welcome. Take care.